Hi everyone, this is Don Blackburn. I'm the Business Development Manager for Active Logic Labs in Overland Park, Kansas. We're a software development company, and I'm coming to you from our offices here in Overland Park that are eerily quiet. Let's put it this way, social distancing certainly not a problem here today, but wanted to come to you in my very first video. I drew some inspiration from one of my favorite TV shows, Last Man Standing, which is Tim Allen has a character in that show that owns an outdoor hunting, fishing, camping store called Outdoorman. Thus the inspiration for the title of this series, which is Indoorman, like most of us are with the quarantines and the sheltering in place that's going on right now. But I wanted to do a video and kick this one off with something that maybe to keep our mind off things a little bit. We're inundated with bad news and people getting sick and quarantines and so forth, and thought it might be a good distraction to do something a little different, something to take our minds off and hopefully bring a smile to your face. So a few weeks ago I read an article online about phrases that we all say in the workplace that tend to irritate our coworkers, and I thought, well, that might be a good place to start. There are more than a few. Being in sales, I use silly phrases all the time in emails and phone calls and so forth. So without further ado, the first one, spitballing. Pretty high-tech graphics, isn't it? Yeah, spitballing. Spitballing, I started out with that one because I used it myself this morning. I was having a conversation with my college-age daughter. I don't even know what the topic was, but we were talking about something, and I was throwing out some ideas, and I just said, I'm just spitballing here. It's not, we can go a different direction. So spitballing, I don't know why I used the term. It's kind of a disgusting term when you think about it. When I was a kid, we did spitballs. It involved putting paper in your mouth and then shooting it through a straw. Not very sanitary, and certainly not recommended right now, given the climate we're in. But in any case, maybe throwing a dart or just throwing out ideas instead of spitballing. I don't know. Next one of my favorites. Don't hear it very often. I personally am going to try to bring it back, and that's jump the shark. Great term. I love the phrase. I don't know why. I kind of like sharks, I guess, but jump the shark means doing something nobody thinks you can do, something that some people think are impossible. So in sales, it's a great term to use when you got a client going, I'm not sure, can you do this? Certainly, given enough time, we can jump the shark. So again, I'm going to try to use that more and more. One that you hear all the time. I don't use this one very often, but I do hear people using it, and it's kind of a strange phrase, and that's stick a pin in it. And that's basically, a nice way of saying, I'm done talking about this topic. I'm in a meeting and I don't want to talk about that anymore. I'm just going to go, why don't we stick a pin in it and come back to that later? It's basically akin to kicking the can down the road, yet another good term. Next, okay, keep me in the loop. Now this one, I do use this on a regular basis, probably daily if I'm to be honest. Emails, phone calls, so forth. I'm always either keep me in the loop or I'll keep you in the loop. When we're working on a project for a client, I'm always telling them I'll keep you in the loop on how things are going, so forth, or keep me in the loop and let me know what your budgets are like and when we might be able to start a project. So I don't know where the phrase started. I don't know what loop we're talking about, but hey, it's keep me in the loop. And then the next three kind of go hand in hand, and I use them all interchangeably. The first two certainly, and that's reach out. I'm always putting in an email, hey, I'm just reaching out to see how things are going, or if you have any questions, reach out to me. I don't know, again, where the phrase comes from, but kind of different. Kind of goes along with touching base. It's like reaching out. We're touching base. We're apparently all baseball players. Now we're going to touch base and see how things are going right now. And This last one that goes along with that series, I do not use. And I kind of cringe every time I hear somebody or see somebody using it. And it's just, I don't know, it just doesn't sit well with me, but a lot of people do use it. And if you do, I don't think any less of you. And that's Ping Me. Ping Me. I really don't know where that came from, but it is used quite a bit. And it's, again, it's akin to touching base or reaching out or ping me. So, not a big fan of that one. I definitely am not going to try to use that one more. And the last one that I have for today is at the end of the day. At the end of the day is a nice way to wrap things up, which I'm going to do with this little segment right now. At the end of the day means I'm done with this conversation and, I'm going to move on. So, at the end of the day, here are the facts. Here's what we talked about. Now let's move on. So, in any case, so that was kind of my short list of phrases that can drive us nuts in the workplace. I'm sure there's 50 more that you can think of. And if you do, hey, send them to me. Send them to me on LinkedIn or email me, don@activelogiclabs.com. But feel free to share. I'm always entertained by phrases like that, and I might find one I want to use and send right back to you. So, to wrap things up, like I said, this hopefully is going to be the start of a series of videos. I'm going to try to do one each week. And I'm moving forward, I'm going to try to do an introduction to our team, like I said earlier, where I'm going to pick one person off our team each week. I'm not sure who next week's going to be yet, and do an on-camera interview with them. Not a typical interview, but an interview where I get to ask the questions. I get to come up with the questions and not tell them what they are. So kind of put them on the spot, make them squirm, if you will. And this is kind of what we go through in sales every week. So I think it's only fair to put the developers through the same type of torture, if you will. So in any case, that's my little video for the week, my first video and hopefully a series. And if you have any other ideas, or if you have some software ideas, or if you have a software initiative that you're thinking of and you're not sure how you're going to get it done, we're certainly a good solution for you. So ping me or reach out or touch base. In any case, get a hold of me and we can talk about it.